the ancient city of Jerusalem, against the backdrop of cultural and religious divisions, Jesus shared a powerful parable known as the Good Samaritan. This tale unfolds on the treacherous road from Jerusalem to Jericho, a path notorious for its dangers. The Samaritans, despised by many Jews of the time, played a central role in this narrative. Understanding the tension between these two groups is crucial to grasping the profound message that Jesus conveyed. The cultural animosity between Jews and Samaritans sets the stage for a story that challenges societal norms and highlights the universality of compassion. As we delve into this parable, we embark on a journey that transcends boundaries and speaks to the timeless importance of kindness and empathy. The parable is from Luke 10 verses 25 to 37, and it reads as follows: On one occasion an expert in the law stood up to test Jesus. "Teacher," he asked, "what must I do to inherit eternal life?" "What is written in the law?" he replied. "How do you read it?" He answered, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." "You have answered correctly," Jesus replied. "Do this and you will live." But he wanted to justify himself, so he asked Jesus, "And who is my neighbor?" In reply, Jesus said, "A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho when he was attacked by robbers. They stripped him of his clothes, beat him and went away, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road, and when he saw the man, he passed by on the other side. So too, a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, as he traveled, came where the man was, and when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Then he put the man on his own donkey, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. The next day he took out 2 denarii and gave them to the innkeeper. 'Look after him,' he said, 'and when I return, I will reimburse you for any extra expense you may have.' Which of these 3 do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of robbers?" The expert in the law replied, "The one who had mercy on him." Jesus told him, "Go and do likewise." In delving into the social and religious context of the Good Samaritan parable, it's crucial to grasp the deep-seated animosity between Jews and Samaritans during the time of Jesus. The Samaritans were often regarded with disdain by the Jewish community, a sentiment rooted in historical and theological differences. This hostility adds layers of significance to the parable as it challenges societal norms. The priest and Levite, both figures traditionally seen as religious and morally upright, passing by the wounded man highlights the societal expectations and the extent of prejudice. By introducing a Samaritan as the hero of the story, Jesus confronts biases head-on, inviting listeners to question their preconceived notions about who can be a source of compassion and kindness. At the heart of the Good Samaritan narrative lies a profound display of compassion. The Samaritan, often seen as an unlikely hero by the audience, emerges as the embodiment of selfless love and care. His actions, from tending to the wounded man's injuries to providing for his ongoing care, exemplify a radical form of kindness that transcends societal boundaries. The pouring of oil and wine, the use of his own donkey, and the commitment to cover any additional expenses at the inn all underline the Samaritan's deep sense of empathy. Jesus strategically crafts this character to challenge conventional notions of goodness, urging his listeners to recognize virtue in unexpected places. At the heart of the Good Samaritan narrative lies a profound display of compassion. The Samaritan, often seen as an unlikely hero by the audience, emerges as the embodiment of selfless love and care. His actions, from tending to the wounded man's injuries to providing for his ongoing care, exemplify a radical form of kindness that transcends societal boundaries. The pouring of oil and wine, the use of his own donkey, and the commitment to cover any additional expenses at the inn all underline the Samaritan's deep sense of empathy. Jesus strategically crafts this character to challenge conventional notions of goodness, urging his listeners to recognize virtue in unexpected places.